Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft update video. Here we are on Minecraft.net checking out the article for 1.14.4 pre-release 1. This is all about bug fixes. Although there's a couple of pointers right here, it really is about the bugs in this update. So I picked out the most important ones and we're going to go through them in this video. So we're going to start off with what I think is the most important change in this pre-release, the removal of a duplication glitch. And this is quite a powerful duplication glitch because it works with zombies and the items that they're holding. Now they can pick up something like a shulker box and you can put whatever you like inside of the shulker box and then duplicate it. Now I don't know exactly how to perform this glitch because it requires precise timing, but I do understand the concept, so let me explain. You first of all give an item to a zombie and then you put it in water so that it will eventually convert into a drowned. Now the very tick that it turns into a drowned, if you kill it at that precise time, it is both going to convert and die. So there will be a drowned that has the shulker box full of diamonds, but it would also drop it as well because the game thinks that it's died as well as converting. So then you would end up with, a shulker box full of diamonds, and so would the drowned as well. So when you kill the drowned, you've doubled your inventory. It's a very nasty bug and it's good to hear that it's been removed. So next up we're going to check out what is essentially a new debugging feature. So if ever you have problems in your world, the information this new tool provides you with could be very, very helpful. Now it is in debug and it is Debug Report. If we run that, it creates a file on the computer. That file is a zip file, so you can open it up and it's got lots of other files inside. You can see all of the game rules that are currently set in the world that you're on. Class path appears to be linking to different jar libraries and, behind the scenes stuff running on your computer to make Minecraft work. And then you have an example crash log as well. Inside the levels folder, you can go into Minecraft and then into the overworld, the end, and the nether. And this stuff looks really fascinating. Now, in the world I'm in, it's just the overworld, so I imagine there's not a lot to look at in the other places, but we have stats right here. So we can see things like the amount of different creatures of each type there are in the world. And then we've got an example crash again. There are 3 other files. This one, block entities, seems to keep track of where chests and mob spawners are in the world. So these are obviously naturally generating stuff. But even down here, you can see it tracks where the shulker box and command blocks are. This could be incredibly powerful and useful stuff for administrators. Chunks seems to give you the status of all the chunks that are loaded in the world. So if any of them are problematic or have something going on inside of them, maybe this could tell you more about it. I mean, there is so much going on here. I'm sure this is useful in some way or another. And then we have entities. When I look at this, I just realized there's a key at the top after I've been looking through figuring out what it all is. So yeah, coordinates, UUID, the type, is it alive, and a custom name. All of that stuff is listed for all of the entities that exist in your world. So it might seem a little silly and technical, but I can't help but feel that these things will be extremely useful for hunting down issues inside of a Minecraft world. So I think it's a good feature that they've added. So the brown mushroom can give us suspicious stews, and based on what flower we give it, it'll be a different type. So the poppy was previously for the speed effect, but this has been changed. It will now be night vision. So let's make it nighttime to really demonstrate this, right? And then run around and get hunger so I can actually eat the suspicious stew. And kind of pointless really, it only lasts for a few seconds. So, I don't know, that just seems like an unnecessary change, but I'm sure there's some sort of reasoning behind it. While I'm on this island, I'll mention that zombie sieges were able to happen here. So if you remember a couple of videos ago, we showed this when it was re-added to the game. A load of zombies can spawn in a village at night time, and because of an oversight, you could create a village on one of these mushroom islands, and then zombie sieges would be able to happen here. So that's been removed. There's also a couple other changes to zombie sieges as well. So this next bug report probably wasn't worth mentioning, but I didn't quite understand exactly what was going on, so I replicated the instructions on how to see the bug. What you do is you create a zombie siege by changing the time of day, and you freeze all of the zombies using a command block to give them the no AI tag, and then you'll see that the zombies spawn on the very corner of a block. Let me break one if it's not quite obvious. This is not where mobs are supposed to spawn when they spawn in, apparently. They're always supposed to be in the very middle of a block. So in the newest update, it means they will appear right in the middle as opposed to on the corners. The bug tracker also says it's possible for zombie sieges to happen when mob spawning is turned off in your world, but I'm not seeing that, and I am in the correct version to check that out, but anyway, it's supposed to be fixed. So I thought this next bug might not apply to me, but if we focus we can kind of see it. So a ChaCha Leaves, these ones right here, when off in the distance, kind of get this brown tint. So I'll zoom in on the leaves, and you can see it for yourself, and I'll also show you the screenshot that's in the bug tracker. And now what we'll do is jump into the latest pre-release. Okay, so here we are, and it feels like it's gone. Yeah, that brown tint has disappeared. And while we're in the hotter climate, I'll mention that rabbit spawning has been patched, so these can spawn on sand blocks and grass blocks, and for whatever reason, they were able to spawn on other blocks as well, like stone, which they're not supposed to, so that has been patched. So I'm quickly going to butt in and just say, if you're not subscribed to this channel and you like this kind of content, then you know what to do. You can catch my videos where I tell you about all the changes to the Minecraft updates as they roll out. If you also want to check out all of the previous stuff, there is the updates playlist down below. Thank you for listening to me. I hope you subscribe, and let's get back to the video. So in my recent Hermitcraft episode, we were making god armor, and I wanted to give them very special names. Now there's something you can do in this game where you can take advantage of Unicode and put in special symbols into text. Now these are Norse runic symbols right here. There is a whole range of different symbols that you could use, and a few that were missing have now been added. I've never seen this stuff reported before, so I'll mention it. These are all of the new symbols. If you want to know more about what languages they're from, you can read about it on the website. We have a couple of bug fixes for villagers as well. Still feels like they need a lot of work, but things are being done. So if you have a villager who's going around and farming the crops, one of the problems is that they leave the drops on the ground. They basically don't stick around for long enough to pick them up, so you might just see carrots and pieces of wheat lying around on these patches like so. The villagers will now spend a bit more time picking these up. The other issue that they had was with their pathfinding, and this is very important for being able to manipulate the villagers and their professions. So they can pathfind through a door to a workstation, for example, a lectern. Now if you wanted to block this off so they couldn't pathfind it to it, the villagers are actually pathfinding through the walls and still finding that lectern. So once there's no way to access it, they shouldn't be able to do that. I'm now wondering if that's your workstation. Ooh, does that mean the bug's still in place? Because we totally blocked off the way to get in here. And yes, I am on the pre-release, and what we just saw shouldn't have happened, so maybe it still is in the game. This next bug I've been unable to recreate, but if you're affected by this bug, it's a good one to know about because it's been patched. So it involves using a bow and drawing it back, and this bow has mending on it, and then when you've drawn it back and you receive XP, what could happen is the bow could get reset back to this state right here. Now, when would that happen? If you think about it, when you're fighting mobs and killing them, they're dropping experience points everywhere, so it could be quite a common and annoying thing. You're aiming at a mob, you pick up an orb from the ground, and then your shot gets reset. I wasn't able to recreate it, but it's supposedly been patched. This same bug is supposed to affect mining blocks as well. So if you've got mending on a pick, obviously XP can drop from certain types, and it resets the mining animation is what we should be looking for, and therefore slows down the mining speed. I'm not really feeling that right now. This is actually happening, it's just very difficult to notice. So with a slower pick, just pay attention to the mining animation on the block when XP comes towards me. You see it gets slowed down for just a moment as the pick absorbs the XP and then kind of resets its mining animation. So it's a minor inconvenience, but it's been taken care of, I guess. Well, I've had no luck recreating the bug that I wanted to show you, but I've experienced it myself. So if I go into creative mode and we just summon in a pillager in water, I've seen them get stuck in the water and swim around. So apparently they've got some pathfinding issues that are being corrected. So someone spotted that signs were all appearing as the same colour on a map. So that's been taken care of. You can see here they all have individual colours now. When travelling to end cities, you may have seen this problem on occasion. This is actually a chunk border, so sometimes something in the game goes wrong and the part of the structure in a different chunk doesn't get generated. The good news is they're aware of this and they fixed this problem. And so those were the most important bugs, and that leads us to the end of the video. So if you enjoyed it, then please do leave a like. I will also be live streaming right as this video goes live over on twitch.tv/xisuma. I'm doing a non-interactive stream, so it's not a regular one. And I'm also playing a golf tournament, a Minecraft golf tournament on the Hermitcraft server. If that sounds interesting to you, twitch.tv/xisuma is the place. But that's it for me this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.